This Liberty Sports Update is brought to you by Beacon Credit Union. Liberty tennis in full swing right now in the fall, joined by the head coach Derek Schwant. And Derek, things really get cranked up this weekend out in California, but in the case last weekend up in Canada, had a couple of matches. How'd he do?
Yeah, he had a couple quality matches. He won his first round in straight sets, and then he got to play a top 20 college player from Michigan, Alexander Knight, and he battled him pretty well. So we scheduled really tough this fall and this spring as well, so it's great to get tested early on.
Did you go up to Canada with him?
Beck was up there, and they're actually going back this weekend to Toronto for the second one. So.
Wow. All over the map, and number of guys going out to California as well. So give us an idea what you're up against out in Fresno.
Yeah, so Oklahoma State is hosting this tournament, and Hawaii, Pepperdine, UNLV, a lot of strong teams will be there. It's a college format for the matches, so one doubles, one singles every day. Right. So we'll get a lot of match play in, get tested.
You mentioned a lot of those big-time programs, and Liberty, obviously a well-respected program in its own right with men's tennis. So what do you think guys and the coaches get out of facing that tough competition in the fall?
Yeah, so the fall is just a great time to develop. You get information on each guy. There's 5 new guys on our team. So Beck and Egan and I were trying to gain information early on, come up with a roadmap of where we're going for the whole year. So, and we're still getting to know these guys. So it's a perfect time to get tested and then get back to work.
You going first class?
No.
I'm joking. Well, how about on the laptop on the way over there? Are you a movie guy?
Well, I just started Liberty Online School.
There you go.
So taking some one class. Okay. So it'll be a chance to catch up on some reading.
It gets you some extra leg room, I hope, so for that long trip.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe an exit row.
You mentioned 5 new guys on this program. I would imagine you spend this time getting to know them, as you mentioned a minute ago. What are some of those team bonding things you enjoy doing to help mix in some of the returners with the new guys on the roster?
Yeah, great question. So that's a big piece for us this fall and this whole year. We've got great leadership with Chase and Eddie. So Eddie actually came to me on his own and said, Coach, I really think we need to start a Bible study, just the guys. So that's been awesome. Eddie took the reins and ran with that. We hiked Sharp Top the first week, and we're looking to do some service projects together to kind of build the team and get people outside of the tennis bubble.
Shout out to the Peaks of Otter. Not been up to Sharp Top. I've been to the base of it, but not all the way to the top. So maybe when we get open weekend, I'm going to have you and the team come out there, okay?
Let's do it.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about this tennis. You have, as you mentioned, 8 guys on the roster. How about team captains? Who have you selected that are deserving of that honor?
Well, at the end of the fall, we're going to have the guys vote on it. And I think it's important that they take ownership of this team. They're the ones out there battling, so they're going to each get a vote, and we'll see. We'll see at the end of the fall.
You're heading out. Once, obviously, the fall is over, you'll get into the new conference, the Atlantic Sun. Your thoughts on venturing out into that conference and just your second year here?
Yeah, it's a huge step for Liberty Tennis. We're super excited about it. Lots of depth in the conference and lots of strong teams at the top as well. So we're super excited about our spring schedule. Our non-conference schedule is super strong as well. So we're just excited to keep building.
Final thought here. I was out at lunch earlier today, Derek, and you can't go anywhere without seeing the U.S. Open. Oh, yeah. How much time do you get to maybe enjoy it when you're not doing tennis things here at Liberty?
It's always super sad when the U.S. Open ends. It's like you live it for 2 weeks and then it's over. But we've all been watching some matches. Nadal's had 3 incredible matches. We make the guys memorize a Nadal quote out of his book. So to watch him compete, you can really learn a lot.
Yeah, I watched his match last night. Derek, we appreciate your time catching up. Always fun to be on the hard courts here with you and your team, and have a great fall, okay?
Thanks, Alan. Appreciate it.
And through the power of video editing, we're now joined by Senior Eddie Gutierrez. And Eddie, you're my guy. We see each other pretty much every day in the LAC. Have you found a parking spot yet since classes started?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Tell me where, because I have not. Once the guys and gals got back on campus, it's been hard for me. So tell me your secrets.
Well, basically, I have to make sure that I get to the LAC at 7 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. Otherwise, I'm not going to get a parking spot, man.
So when I wake up with my kids at 6:30, you keep me a spot here on campus. So I'll okay. Definitely. Once they're done eating the Cheerios and whatnot, I'll get to campus. All right, let's talk about being on this tennis team. Excited for the fall and what's getting ready to happen?
Yes, for sure. I believe that we have a great team this year. I was talking to one of my teammates earlier this week, and I feel like, our freshman and sophomore year, we had pretty good teams, but we just didn't have I feel like we didn't have the chemistry that we needed to go out there and compete. And I just feel like whenever we faced some adversity out there, we crumble, But this year, between Chase and I, we're having a Bible study together as a team, and I believe that that Bible study is going to be the source that we need to get that, the strength as a team, and the strong spiritual, um, you know,
lot of good bonding on this team. It seems like. How about this past summer? How'd you keep your game fresh, and what did you work on?
Well, I've been working on my footwork, my serve, my forehands. It's pretty hot out here, so I have to make sure that I stay hydrated. Otherwise, I come out and after 10 minutes of hitting, I'm already sweaty and I just want to get off the court.
I know. Before we taped this interview, you should have seen Eddie. He was dripped in sweat, really putting in some hours and work on the hard court here. Who are some of your tennis heroes growing up and even today that you follow?
Pete Sampras for sure.
Oh, Pete Sampras. That's a name from the past right there.
Which is a little interesting because, Pete Sampras is like 6'3" or 6'2", and, I'm 5'8" or so. So pretty much we don't really have the same kind of game. But I also like Nadal.
Yeah.
Nadal.
One of the best.
One of the best. That guy has the strongest mind that I've ever seen out there, so.
You mentioned the mind. I think a lot of people lose the fact that, okay, physical skills can get you so far, but in tennis, it's one-on-one. And that mental game, I think, can give you an edge. How do you work on the mental game of tennis?
Well, I'm a Christian guy, right? Okay. And I really try to find my balance in the Lord. The reason why we're having this Bible study with the team, because I believe that if we take a few minutes of our day to sit down together and talk about how things are going not only on the court but also off the court, that's gonna make us, stronger as a team. And if we can fight the battles on the court together, why not fight the battles together off the court as well, So yeah, that's pretty much where I try to find my strength and my balance, in my mind and in my emotions, in my heart.
We'll wrap up with this. Off the court, being a senior, give me an idea what you're studying, and graduation I'm sure is on the horizon. And what do you look to do once tennis is over here at Liberty?
I want to go to law school after I graduate, so I've been studying for the LSAT this past summer and for the last semester too. So that's pretty much what's next for me. I believe, tennis for me has served its purpose. Growing up back in Mexico, I always had the goal to get a tennis scholarship to a university in the U.S. and I did. And now it's my senior year, and it's kind of like the beginning of the end for me. And it's time for me to start thinking about the chapters ahead. And for me, I believe it's law school.
Returning veteran Eddie Gutierrez.